Hi all, Alicia Tubbs here with the Sudden Homesteader, and today I'm going to share some ideas for evangelizing through the Christmas season. Back in October, I made a video about how to evangelize for Halloween, and you can certainly adopt many of those ideas for Christmas. Today I'd like to show you some more ideas, and you can use these any time of year. You can use them on different holidays, such as Halloween and Easter, Thanksgiving, or you can just use them spontaneously, or you can use these ideas for events at your church at which you want to share the gospel. My first and perhaps my favorite Christmas evangelism gift is the candy cane poem. Candy cane. It's just a short little poem about the candy cane. The stripes are red for Jesus' blood, white for his purity. When you turn the candy cane upside down, it's a J for Jesus, or if you turn it this way, it's a shepherd's staff. And the poem is very simple. It's great for children. It's great for adults as well. I hand these out to cashiers, or if I leave a tip at drive-through windows. These are just great to just hand out to anyone who needs a little Christmas cheer. They're simple enough to make that I had some children at the church actually help me make a big basket of them. And I put that basket near the door of my church so that when people were leaving, they could grab a bunch and they could take them and hand them out to others. They make a great party favor if you're having a Christmas party, or if you are a school mom, or you're attending a Christmas party for some sports team or something. You can bring these and hand them out at the end. And as I said with my Halloween video, if someone has a problem with you handing out a Jesus candy cane, they don't have to take one. It's a free country, and you are free to publicize information about Jesus. You are free to speak about Jesus, just as free as anyone else is to speak about whatever religion it is they want to speak about. I had some lady come up to my kids and talk to them about her elf ears and how she's one of Santa's elves. So obviously this is a fantasy that she wants to speak about, and she has the freedom to do that. I have the freedom to tell my kids the truth, that that lady's not an elf, but she has every right to speak her fantasies, and I have every right to speak the truth about Jesus Christ. And so do you. Another idea is that you could hand out candy Christmas trees with a message about the Christmas tree symbolizing the Trinity, and it's evergreen, symbolizing the infinite nature of God. You can make little Christmas trees, however you want to do that. I personally have not done anything with Christmas trees, but I'm sure you can get as creative as you want. And you might even find some pre-made ideas online. Maybe there's a Christmas tree poem the same as there's a candy cane poem. And if there isn't, well, you could be the person who writes it. Another thing you could do at Christmas time is you can include gospel messages and gospel scripture in with your Christmas card. If your family sends out a Christmas card, why not send out a few verses about Jesus Christ and what he has done? Or you could slip in a gospel tract with your Christmas cards, especially if you know that the family and friends who you're sending them to do not know Jesus. So the same way that you would promote your business, right? You'd send out flyers and mailings, is the same way you're going to promote the gospel of Jesus Christ. Now, you don't have to promote it that way. That's just something that I always like to have in my mind. What is it that I'm promoting? Who am I glorifying? Another thing you could do is hand out goodie bags. Again, if you're a school mom, or if there's a group, or if there's parties that you're going to, or if you know that your colleagues at work have children and you make little goodie bags for those children and you include little gospel stickers. I showed some gospel stickers in my Halloween video if you want to look at that. Or you could include in your goodie bags, especially for youngins, something like a salvation bracelet. I find that even college students like the salvation bracelet. I love the salvation bracelet. Wear it all the time. And as I'm standing in line or something, if I get into a conversation, I can show people the gospel message with the bracelet, and then I can even take off the one I'm wearing and hand it to them. But you can make goodie bags with gospel stickers, gospel tracts. You can do salvation bracelets. This is one of my tracts. I like to do postcard tracts. There are so many kinds of tracts that you can buy or make. I like to make all of my own tracts. You can include a Gospel of John in with your goodie bags. Whatever it is you want to do. If you want to include the candy cane poem with the candy cane in your goodie bag, get as creative as you'd like. The other idea is that you could just simply hand out salvation bracelets. You could have your church, maybe the kids in your church, the youth, or women, or just a group of people. Men can do this too. You can have them get together and have a goal. Say your church wants to make 200 of these for Christmas, or if you're a larger church, maybe you want to make thousands, and set them out for the congregation to take and hand out to people outside of the church. Now, if they end up handing out, let's say, a candy cane or a salvation bracelet to someone, and then they later find out that the person goes to a church, just not their church, that's fine too, because that person can then take that idea back to their church, and they can say, I met this person in the store and they handed me this candy cane with this message about Jesus on it. And wouldn't it be great if our church could do something like this for Christmas time too? So it's okay to evangelize believers. In fact, sometimes disciples are made when you evangelize believers. Now, I don't intentionally evangelize people inside the church. Evangelism is to be directed to people outside of the church. If it just so happens that you speak to someone who is also a Christian, now they have ideas. Another thing that I'm working on is college goodie bags for exam time. Now, I didn't get a chance to make goodie bags for this semester, but my thoughts are, while college students and high school students from my church are on break right now, we could be making goodie bags to hand out on college campuses for when people return to school. They could be welcome back bags. And I could have any group in the church help me out with that. I could even just have a meeting just for that. Help me stuff these goodie bags. And I'd put a tract of some kind, and maybe I wouldn't put a salvation bracelet because these could be a lot of work. I could put the salvation colors, the explanation of the salvation colors, because that gives the gospel message. I could put some candy in there. I also had the idea that I'm going to put little messages inside each bag that says text or email for a free Bible. And then I'll set up either a Google phone number or a separate email address just so I can receive text messages from people who would like a free Bible. And then I can reach out to them and coordinate either mailing them a Bible or hand delivering it. That can also be a great way to meet students who are looking for a home church or who want to get plugged into a Bible study, or a student who maybe has never seen the Bible before and has questions. Also in the college goodie bag, if your church has something like a church postcard. Now I'm covering up some personal information here, but if your church has a postcard that advertises their services, maybe if they have midweek prayer or Bible study, if they have something for the college students, anything like that, you could put that into the college goodie bags. So this way the college students have the option of reaching out to your church or coming to your church if they desire. Another thing you could do around Christmas time is caroling. You can make goodie bags, gospel goodie bags, put some tracts in there, put your church information. You can have someone carry around a basket full of salvation bracelets, and if a child comes to the door with their parents, you can give each child a salvation bracelet, or you can give each child a Jesus candy cane. You can include a Bible, or you can, after caroling to the family, you can ask if they would like a Bible. You could have a small conversation with them. You can invite them to your church if your church has a Christmas Eve service. I also like to have Spanish tracts on me at all times. This is a ticket to heaven in Spanish. I love this tract. It's very simple, very clear. It's heaven or hell. Jesus is your ticket to heaven. And on the back of it is the sinner's prayer. You can print these out by the sheet. They're free. I'll put the link below. And you can print them on colored paper, and you can laminate them and make them look really nice. These are always good to have in your purse or in your car. You can carry them in your pocket if you're going caroling. I'm always on the lookout for neighborhoods where I can go caroling, for apartment complexes, neighborhoods where the houses are close by so people can hear you and they know what's going on. They're not surprised by a group of people walking around singing. Please always exercise caution. Go with others if you're caroling. And if you can let that neighborhood know ahead of time that you'll be caroling, or if you can talk to a property manager for an apartment complex and ask permission to go caroling at a certain time, that's always best. So this way your presence is announced, people know what you're doing. But if you can safely and wisely do spontaneous caroling in your neighborhood or neighborhoods nearby, then by all means, go for it. And last idea I have for evangelism is you can get your church together or a group of Christians. If you have just Christian fellowship in your home, you can get them together and you can make what my church calls blessing bags. And you could just make these on your own. My kids just love to stuff these. We'll just make our own. And I like to keep a box of them in my car at all times. And if we see someone in need, we like to bless them with a blessing bag. And the bag has toiletries and, breath mints, toothpaste, bottle of water. I always include a tract and a Gospel of John. And I like to put a flashlight in with mine, wipies, things like that. You can get as creative as you'd like. You can create a checklist and have the people at your church purchase the items and have a day where everyone stuffs them. And then you could have a big old box in your church lobby where people can just take these. And you can even have them going year round where people can take these and have them in their cars and pass them out. Or if you're caroling in an area where there's a lot of homelessness, this might be something good to have on you. Maybe someone in the group can carry around some of these and pass them out as you go. So those are just a few ideas for evangelizing at Christmas time or any time of year. I hope you can go and do some of these either with your family or with a group of Christians or with your church. And I pray you all have a blessed and Merry Christmas. I love you all so much.